It's Sunday Live Hall. It's Sunday Live Hall. It's Sunday Live Hall. Doobity boop bop beep boop. Beepity beep bop beep boo. Skiddy dee 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 doo. Ready beep 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 beep. Sunday Live Hall. You like that one? No? What?
You should be singing a birthday song. It's my birthday.
It's actually not.
Well, it's tomorrow.
I think we've established
and we're not going to have
shows.
a show tomorrow, so I don't care what you say. It's my birthday.
We've established this on past shows that you are a liar.
I have a
you are full of lies.
birthday. I have a birthday month.
Yeah. It's my birthday year. Just so
technically, it's a birthday weekend, a birthday week.
Interesting.
At least.
Interesting.
See, Corey says it counts. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate the support.
What's happening, everybody? It's Sunday Live Hall. If this is your first time here and you don't know who the heck we are, I apologize. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm Katie. This is Vikki, aka Victoria, aka thinks it's her birthday 24/7, aka
pretty accurate,
getting a little big for her britches, aka my fiance. Come on, come on. Come on. Anyway, it is your birthday tomorrow. Are you really excited about that?
Not as excited as birthdays of past years. I'm feeling a little bit old, guys. I'm not fishing. I'm just saying.
Haven't gotten enough.
Feeling a little bit old.
Haven't you gotten enough love and attention?
Oh no, I've gotten some love and attention.
Feeling like you're halfway to 90?
Oh, you bastard. Wow. Wow. Not very nice.
Yeah, I'm halfway to 82, so I'm sorry that you already entered the halfway to 90s. Anyway.
Yeah, so we went to our friend Lou and Rachel's house, our besties. Went to their house yesterday, had a nice cookout and hung out by the pool.
I got a little bit of you can see it. I don't know why. It's like I got no burn here, but I got pretty good. You can see the red.
It was the chin was covering it.
Well, yeah, so you're an ass.
I said your head was down. Shut up.
Talking about my chins. Anyway, yeah, we enjoyed the sunshine. Here's the thing about like Vegas heat though, the Vegas sun. I don't know if it's just like because it's so dry here, but you don't get burned in the same way. Like I definitely have a nice burn going on, but it doesn't really hurt. Like I feel like back in Oregon, and you said the same thing about on the East Coast. You go out in the sun for an hour or so, and you get burned.
I'm a lobster.
A lobster.
I'm a lobster.
You're like a lobster roll.
Not here. Not here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were in the pool. We definitely were in the pool. Yesterday was on the cooler side in Vegas. I think it didn't even hit 90 or came close to hitting 90, which for us with no humidity in the air, it's a little not chilly, but it wasn't as hot as it has been the last week or so. Anyway, it was a great day. We had a little cookout. We had a little fun.
We were definitely in the pool, Naomi. We hung out, but we were in the pool. And yeah, when we get there, you pretty much put your donut on and you stay in it the entire time. I
have a 99-cent blow up pool ring that is a lemon wet. It looks like a lemon, a lemon ring. I am sure it's made for children. It does not matter. I bought it at the Dollar Tree. I love my little pool thing, and I float in that all day long.
Yeah. Allison wants to tell you for the fourth time, happy birthday tomorrow.
Thanks, Allison.
Just listen to her.
If you're not following Allison on Instagram, first of all, if you're not, I don't know why you're not. But if you're following her on Instagram, you really need to go hurry up and look at her stories. I think from yesterday, Big Drift Thrift, because there are baby goats in pajamas. That's all I'm gonna say, and it's real cute. Real cute.
Anyway, yeah. So we hung out at the pool. I made a barbecue dinner for everyone.
Yep, we had some steaks on the grill.
They were delicious.
Corn on the cob, some asparagus. Yeah, it was yummy.
Indeed. I wanted to give you the gift of smelly pea for your birthday.
Thank you.
So you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, and then we had dessert, and it was just a good day. And it wasn't even your birthday yesterday.
Nope.
Yep. And then tomorrow, we are having a little staycation at our local casino that's like 2 minutes down the road. So
we're going to the Fancy Pants Casino. It's actually one of our favorite ones to go to when COVID is not such a big deal, to go and just hang out for a night and grab dinner, like play some slots for a little while. There are 2 local casinos that we love that are off strip, and this is one of them. And I've never stayed there, but I've always wanted to. And since we're only open in Vegas at 50% capacity, and really it's nowhere even close to that, now is the perfect time to go and check out this casino and get a room at a really reduced rate. And we get to hang out in the pool there because,
I was supposed to get a reduced rate.
You did get a reduced rate. Trust me.
Probably. I'm pretty much planning on wearing like a trash bag though. And it's when I'm playing the slots, I'm just going to put like a hefty bag over me and then just, so that I can.
Maybe gloves up to your elbows.
Well, I won't have to because I'll have the trash bag. Be perfect.
Okay.
You take your drink and you put it between your legs so you can sit with it right there, right? And then you can take a drink and you can still push buttons and then you can take a drink and then you can push buttons. And it's like you don't have to. There's no cross contamination. It's fantastic. Just get like a whole box of. They're gonna have to be clear bags, of course. A whole box of them.
Just stop.
And I'll probably attach them by like a rope or something around my neck so that. Like I'll take the whole thing off. And
so
throw
basically,
it out.
I'm not going to be anywhere near her tomorrow, is what we're saying. So yes, Vegas is open. Some of the hotels are open. The ones that are open at 50% capacity. Lots of these services and like there's no shows, there's no concerts, there's just a lot of stuff that's not open, but. If you're coming just to gamble, or if you're coming to stay at a nice hotel, some of the restaurants are open. There are no buffets, and Vegas is pretty much known for buffets. There are no buffets, so it is what it is. It's we're open a little bit. Everybody's being careful. All employees have to wear masks. It is not required for guests, but it is recommended. And it's from what I'm seeing from friends that work in the industry, it's about 50-50 whether people are actually wearing them or not. So we'll see.
We'll see. Timothy Wandel, okay.
Kimothy?
Why did I say Kimothy?
I don't know. You just changed her name.
Kimberly. I think Kimothy's pretty cool. I think it's. I've known other Kimberlys, but I've never known a Kimothy. Kimothy. Like I feel like you should just go ahead. So
just go with it. She just renamed you.
Basically, she paid us $10 to have her name changed. Now that's a deal. That's a deal. Okay. You try going on down to any government office and get your name changed for $10 or less. Not going to happen. Okay. And they're probably not going to come up with a cool name. They're not, because that's the way it works. They just like give you a name. So Kimothy, Kimothy, I'm just going to keep saying it. I hope that you like your new name because it's kind of yours now. But she just gave us a $10.
Happy birthday, Casino Bucks, she says.
$10 super chat. Her response is, that's a new one. Okay. So I can tell. Loves the new name. Loves it. Totally loves it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do a super chat. Super chat. She's super chatty. Yow.
That was especially high-pitched and loud in my ear.
I know. There you go. You're welcome.
Thank you, Kimberly. I did want to say I did get a little package in the mail yesterday. Amanda Clark, I don't know if she's in the chat, but I do know she watches the show frequently. She sent me a little package in the mail, which was a large bag of Skittles, which we haven't had in the house in a little while.
It's been a while.
But she said, thank you for being awesome and always answering my messages and pleads for help. What a better way to celebrate Pride Month and your birthday than a bag of rainbow yummies. So that was very sweet.
Yep, I will be stealing them.
Yep.
So
she will.
That's good.
It's okay. But, thanks, Amanda.
Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, do we want to do like before we get into our show? Do we want to do like a really quick say something really quick about what we're going to be doing on Thursday?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That was your opening.
Yeah. Oh, that was my opening. I'm sorry. So for those of you that are in our Boss Facebook group or follow us on Instagram or are watching us here, we are going to be doing a show on Thursday that is a little bit different, not a little bit, a lot different than any show that we normally do. We feel very strongly that the fact that we have a platform, any platform, whether that means that there are 10 of you that watch or 10,000 that watch, it is our obligation to use that platform to help elevate discussions that are happening right now. Let's talk about the elephant in the room and about how racism and Black Lives Matter is an important discussion that is happening right now in our society. And since Katy and I really can't speak to that ourselves, We are having a very special guest come on our show on Thursday, and we're going to be having a very open discussion about racism, how it affects people today, and how we can better be allies and advocates going forward and try and change the current climate.
Yeah.
If we can do it in our little corner of the world, we want to be able to try.
Well, and hopefully like learn something, because I feel like it's a super, super uncomfortable topic. I feel like everything's been so crazy over the last several months, handful of months, between everything going on right now. And tensions are high. And I feel like this is something that's super uncomfortable to talk about. And we don't really have the tools or the background or the ability to really address it, but we do have this platform. And so we're going to kind of go through that whole uncomfortable process of kind of just getting into the details. But let me show.
I feel like a lot of people want to have the conversation, or have been having it privately, or maybe having it not so privately. There's been a lot of back and forth on Facebook, of course. We've seen battles between people and not, I think there's a lot of people that also are very supportive of what's happening right now and want to show support, but don't really know what to say, or they don't know how to say it, or they don't know how to ask the questions or what the questions may be. So, and I count myself as one of those people. I've been having some conversations with friends, with various friends, not just Dominique, but also friends, other friends that are people of color, and asking what I can say, how I can say it, what is the right thing to say. I don't know what to say. I just want to tell you that I love you, but I don't know what to do right now. Tell me what to do, and how can I be part of the change that we need to have in the conversations we need to have. So with that being said, it is a very different show than what we would normally do. I do encourage you to join in. It will be a live show. It will be a heavily scripted show from the very beginning, because it's too important for us to do this the way that we do our normal shows, which is pretty much throw shit up against a wall. So it's a very important conversation to have. We want to make sure that we have it correctly. So
there's a very good chance that we'll make mistakes along the way, and that's just the reality of it. And on top of that, for those of you who have been to any kind of eBay events, then you probably have met Dom, or you know who Dom is, Dominique Hollins. And if you have met her before or seen her speak, you know that she is a very charismatic, engaging, dynamic, awesome personality. We love her. We consider her a friend. And so we are really, really excited and honored that she listened to our plea to come and join us and basically moderate this conversation and guide it for us. And so, it's going to be happening on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. We are still having our regular Wednesday show, but that will be happening on Thursday. And so we would really like you to join us if you can, because we think it's really important. So
one of the things I wanted to mention real quick, and then we'll get to our normal show, is that if this speaks to you, that you are one of these people that has questions, doesn't quite know how to pose the question, doesn't want to be offensive in any way, but really wants to learn, I think that this is going to be a very good show for you. I also wanted to let you know that Katy and I are open to receiving questions on behalf of Dom. You can feel free to message either one of us and ask questions, and there is no judgment. It is a judgment-free zone. You're not going to say the wrong thing, because the fact that you want to ask the question and have the conversation is the right thing. So ask the questions, and maybe if you're embarrassed to ask it on the show and you don't want to do it in the live chat, please contact Katy or myself, and we will help navigate the way to ask the questions. And so I just want to put that out there, and I think it's an important conversation to have. There are a lot of people of color in our community as resellers, but we're just people in this world and navigating this world where we have friends of every race, creed, color, and religion. And I think it's very important to be a voice where you can be a voice. So that should matter.
It should matter to all of us. We're all in this together, and we should be looking to people who have the insights that we don't have, because we haven't had the experience, to better understand how we can be a part of it. Somebody asked what time it is. It's going to be at 1 o'clock Pacific time on Thursday. I do have the link down below. If you subscribe to our channel,
you'll get the alert. It is already scheduled. You can give yourself a little alert if you'd like. As we said, it will be a live show. You know us, it's probably not going to be a short show, but it will be something you can refer back to if you're not able to watch it live.
Absolutely. Okay, and I just wanted to go back. Thanks, guys, for listening, and as many of you as can come and join us, we would really appreciate it. I'm sure we're going to be nervous because it's just going to be very different from anything that we usually do on our show.
And we are nervous. I think it's important to state that this is something that we are not taking lightly, and I think it's an important show, and we don't want to mess it up either. So we are nervous about the show. We're nervous about the content. We're nervous about putting the message out appropriately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Pam, heal it. Give a $10 super sticker.
She said she was going to match Kimberlith. What did you call her?
How insulting! That is her amazing. It's Kimothy.
Okay. Oh yes, Kimberlith. Kimothy. Oh my goodness.
So uncool. So uncool. Pam.
Thanks, Pam.
Appreciate it. What are you using these for? Poolside drinks at the.
I believe they're poolside cocktails.
All right. Cool. Cool. All right. We appreciate it, Pam. I didn't come up with a cool name for you, but apparently it's only when I'm just inspired by the moment that I make up these new names. But Pam, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Oh, I wanted to say one more thing about our show on Thursday, and then we'll move on. Our show on Thursday, if there are any super chat donations or super stickers, the money is going to be donated to the charity that Dominique has chosen, and also any monetary gains that we receive from ad revenue on that for that particular show is also going to be donated. So I just want people to
I believe we're donating to Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, and there's actually a link. If you go to the link to the show, in the description, there's a link where you can go see what that's all about and like what that funding goes towards and the programs that they are working on and developing and the different groups that they're working with. It's really cool. But anyway, we'll see you on Thursday. So, I see Allison has dubbed Pam Pamothy.
Okay.
Oh, it's a stretch, but okay. I guess that's all right. Anyway, so let's get into our regular Sunday program.
Back to our regular Sunday programming.
And so, the way we break up the show is into 3 parts. The first part, we look at our real numbers for the last week, what our gross numbers are, some of our costs, kind of break it down for you guys so you can get an idea of how we're doing in our stores. And you can see the ever ongoing battle, which is basically just me constantly trailing Victoria and wishing my sales were as good as hers, but she's kind of a jerk and is always leaving me in her dust, but whatever.
You beat me sometimes.
That's true, sometimes. But so we go do that first. Second part is we look at some of our sales highlights from the last week, some of the cool things that we were able to sell. So I guess you could kind of call it bolos because we can, you can look at it and be like, oh, maybe I can find that. I can sell it myself. And then the last part is, of course, our haul, which you actually did. We went one day, we went to yard sales, and then you went to several thrift stores. You went with Corey one day and went to a bunch of thrift stores.
Yeah, Corey and I had a fun day out, being almost normal again. We went to like 6 different thrift stores. We actually went out to lunch at a family-owned restaurant, family-owned local restaurant, where we were one of like 2 tables that were seated there, which was, we felt good to be able to try and help stimulate the local economy, and the food was fantastic.
Thrifty ladies out on the town stimulating the economy. Out there stimulating. Good job.
Amanda says my nails look fancy. Yes, our nail salons have been opened, and I have been to see my friend Carrie. So they're just French, but this is about a week old, but they still look nice.
Yeah, that's the camera right there.
I know, I always mess up.
Well, Tommy says I do pretty well. Keep it up. And she does have a little bit more than me in her store, but she also, I think because of the types of things that she sells, a little wider variety.
I'm almost at, I should hit like 2,900 this week. I've been chasing the 3,000 mark for well over a year. And it's just hard to maintain. I don't see myself being much higher than the 3,000, maybe 3,500. It would be the max I can really handle. And hopefully things sell. So, I don't want to carry stuff around forever.
Well, and my eBay store has just under 2,300 items in it, but my focus, my almost sole focus for quite a while, is more vintage. And so like my Etsy and Grailed stores have just my vintage stuff, which is a little over 1,500 items. So that makes sense. Yeah, if I had the same amount of things that you had, I'd probably be beating your ass.
You probably would be.
Yeah, sure. Tommy, you're right. So I guess you're better.
Come hear it. Speaking of, I just saw the girls Vasquez Vintage. They're in the chat. Listen, I have to say another Instagram account you should be following if you're not is Vasquez Vintage. These ladies are fantastic. Very consistent. Lots of content, lots of information about
the exact
reselling.
opposite of me.
Yes, the exact opposite of Katy's Instagram account. But anyway, they have found a buttload of vintage radios and vintage electronics that they've been sourcing from the same location over and over and over again in the past few weeks. Then they're just selling the heck out of them. They're just fantastic finds. I have to say, I drool and I look at them all the totally jealous. They're so good. But anyway, they've got this whole hustle on, and their son even has his own little store, and he's selling stuff too. And I think it's awesome.
That's pretty cute.
He's yeah, you guys are rocking it. So I just wanted to let you know. I see you.
Man, if I could have sold on eBay or online when I was a kid, it would have been so awesome.
Can you imagine?
Because I used to go like to garage sales and to the thrift stores with like my grandma and stuff, and I've been all over that. Man, you're born too early.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So they are. They have a really good hustle going on. So I just wanted to recognize first. I like the Instagram. I don't do a lot on Instagram, but I'm on it a lot. I definitely watch what other people are doing. I just don't contribute a lot. So yeah. I
think my last post was like from, I don't even know, like February. I'm so terrible when it comes to Instagram. I'm really, really bad. You at least are right. You at least have like, maybe not always daily, but almost daily, right?
Yeah. Not since
at least multiple times a week. Let's say that.
No. All right. Not since COVID, really. No.
Yeah.
A couple times a week now.
Everything fell apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our numbers.
Okay.
What happened?
Where'd the numbers go?
Did I close it somehow? I think I accidentally closed it for some reason.
She's
guys.
Terrible.
I'm terrible, Muriel. All right, just a second. Just give me a second here. I don't know why I would have done that.
June 13th, right there.
Okay. Weird. Okay, so here we go. Let's share the screen here. And all right, let's start with my store. So I think I did a little better than last week. eBay, I did better. Etsy and Grailed, a little bit lower than last week, but overall, I think my gross is a little higher. So I had 20 outgoing orders on eBay, which was the exact same number I had last week. And then Etsy, I had 12 between Etsy and Grailed. I think Grailed was 4, Etsy was 8. And so the total number of outgoing orders, 32. My eBay gross sales, I think last week I was like barely over 1,000, but my eBay gross sales, $1,487.96. My Etsy and Grailed combined, $873.22. So my total gross sales, $2,361.18. So okay, I mean, I feel like I want to be able to hit 2,000 regularly with eBay and at least 1,000 with the Etsy and Grailed. So I would love to be more at like 3,000 with my total gross sales, but this is fine. My shipping
is fine.
Well, I'm just saying for my personal goals, kind of where I'd like to be. My shipping, $215.23. My promoted listing fees on eBay and on with Etsy ads, $90.97, and you can see my final value fees calculated there. My cost of goods, $290. So my total net sales after all those costs, $1,507.84. I would love to get to a point where that's consistently around 2,000. My gross average sale price, I'm really happy with that, $73.79.
Yeah, that's serious. That's a good ASP.
I try to stay above 60 now. I used to be above 50, and I've pushed things up. So anything above 60, I'm happy with. Over 70 is great. So definitely had some high numbered pieces sell this week.
That's a good week.
And then my net average sale price, $47.12. So yeah.
Woo, woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo. All right, you want to look at yours? Let's see what you got.
So mine is very similar to last week, I think. I had 33 orders on eBay, 16 orders between Etsy, Posh, and Macari for a total of 49 orders. I think I had the number of orders a little lower this week, but just over 2,400 on eBay and $801 on Etsy, Posh, and Macari combined for a total of $3,214 and change for the week. That's a good week for me. Anything over $2,500, I consider a good week. I'm loving keeping somewhere around the $3,000 range. I'd be very happy staying around there. Some people are always shooting for the moon. I'm happy getting to a good place where I can maintain personally. So shipping was $337 this week. Promoted listing fees only on eBay. My Etsy sales did not have any, were not sold through promoted listings, any of them. So only eBay, $31.97. You see the eBay final value fees, Etsy and Posh and Macari final value fees. So my total costs are somewhere around $736. My cost of goods was relatively low this week. I had some good ROI items. So my cost of goods is $189, and my total net was $2289.23. For me, my gross ASP was $65.60, which is very good. I like to be around $50 or higher. So I'm very happy if it's over 60, and 65 is great. So I had a good ASP this week as well. And then a good net ASP after costs, because my cost of goods were relatively low based on what I sold. So it was a good week. My net ASP was over $45.
Wow.
I am happy with that. Not a bad week.
Wow, pretty stinky.
And I thought it was pretty slow until I started to add everything up today.
You always talk about like, oh, that your sales are bad.
I had 2 0 days on eBay this week. 2.
Oh, I had like 3 days that were like well below $100 on eBay. Just then I've had a couple of good days. Today I went so I'm really bad about sending my offers to buyers. Like I haven't done it in probably a month. And you do yours like daily.
I do. I send out about between 30 and 60 every day. So every morning I send them out.
If I can remember, I will do it like once a week. And then, but it seriously has been like over a month. So today I sent offers out for everything that was eligible, literally over 550 items. Now I will say, because I price my stuff so high, when I send out offers, I get pretty significant discounts, but it's not like I send out 550 offers and I'm in danger of selling 200 items that ship out tomorrow. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
If it goes really well, I'll sell 10 things, because I've sold like 2 things so far because of that. One of them was like $350. So that'll be on next week's show.
Sweet.
But yeah, so 550. I never remember to do it every day. So
I get a couple every day, because I send them out every day. So I get a couple every day. Anyway, yes, Amanda in the chat asked if I got her little gift. Yes, you tuned in a little too late. You have to go back and watch the beginning.
Yeah.
I talked about it, but thank you.
And you. Anyway. Oh, I see Teresa in the house. She heard Offers to Watchers. She's like, woo! Teresa, give the program. It's not called Offers to Watchers anymore. That's so old school, okay? It's Offers to Buyers, all right? So
use the right terminology.
Yeah. Yeah. Woot. Woot. Anyway, just giving you a little bit of shit there. Anyway, all right. So do you want to get into looking at some of the cool stuff that we sold this week? What do you think?
Yeah.
Huh? You into it?
Yep.
You into it?
I am.
Oh, and then Teresa, of course, she's actually the reason I remember to finally send some offers. She did 109 this morning, and she's had 9 sales.
Oh,
so
special.
See.
Oh, so we've got a quick question there. Tommy asked, you both do like 30% off already. How much more do you discount to offer? So for me personally, I usually send a personalized individual offer. Like if I've got something listed for, it depends. It depends on how much I have into it. It depends on how long I've had it listed. If it's something I have listed, it's like $150 and it already has the 30% off, I may send an offer for 120.
Yeah.
If it's a bunch of lower priced items, and I already have a 30% off sale going, then sometimes I'll just send an additional 20% off flat across to all of them. It just depends. It
does depend. So I have some items I have priced really high, and those ones I have a little more room to play around depending on how long I've had them. So like the jacket that I sold that I'll show you guys next week, I had priced it like $500, and on sale it was like $500, and my offer was like for $350. So that's a huge discount. But then other stuff, if I have it on sale for 30% off and that marks it down to like $48.99, I usually don't want to do any offers that are going to make it below like $40, because that's kind of, I already know in my head that when it comes to offers or offers to buyers, like this piece, the pricing to be $48.99 on sale, I kind of want to make sure I sell it for at least $40, if that makes sense. So
gotcha.
It all just depends. I see Barry's in the chat. What's up, Barry? Barry was doing Afro Vintage. He was doing a He was taking part in like a virtual flea market that some of the
I saw that virtual flea thing.
But unfortunately, Barry, this one over here had me driving her all over town to go to garage sales.
It's my birthday,
and I was driving, so I couldn't. I kept getting alerts and seeing different people going live, but I couldn't actually go in and look at anybody's. So because I really wanted to see like how it worked. But I hope that you had a good weekend and you made some good sales taking part in that. It's pretty cool. All right, so let me go ahead and share the screen again here. What do you got? What is this? What's going on?
So I talk about these little dudes all the time. Everybody knows. I always talk about Gemmy, Gemmy, whatever you want to call it. Whenever you see the older items, pick them up. This in particular is one of the real popular go-to items when you find the spinning snowflake snowmen. This is a smaller one. This little guy was only about 12 or 13 inches tall. They're usually about 18 inches tall, so I've never seen one this size. They usually have a strand of 3 snowflakes. This guy had only 2 snowflakes. The issue with them is that usually when you buy them, you're hit or miss whether it's going to work, right? So you have to take it home, and if it doesn't work and you sell it as display, you'll probably still make money. But once they work, and if they work, they sell very quickly and they sell for good money. They sell for $80 to $120 all day long, every time. This particular guy, I wasn't sure because I'd never seen one this small. I didn't know if it was going to sell as well as the other ones do. So I just threw it up there. There weren't any other ones like this. And it sold about 30 seconds after I listed it. So chances are I probably listed it a little bit too low, but I'm really with that
too. And
he's very cute and he works, and he was tested and he works. You just battery test them. Most of the time the arm is not going to lift up the hat, or the arm is not going to swing the snowflakes around if it doesn't work. And his little hips swing back and forth and they sing. So
I had to do my second job. I have a side gig that doesn't pay any money. I get thank yous occasionally, but and that's when she couldn't, if she can't get like the battery cover off, and then I come down and I got to get the battery cover off, and then usually when they don't work, the batteries are like all corroded, and so then I got to bust out the nail file and I'm filing off the corrosion and getting it. But this one worked and it was really cool and fun.
It was cool. So I paid about $3 or $4 for it. I picked this up in Arizona when we did our last weekend about 3 weeks ago, and we did our sourcing weekend. And he sold the day that I listed him. So woohoo! Not too bad.
Woohoo! Very cool. All right, so this one, not an exciting huge sale, guys, but this is a t-shirt that I got when we were in Phoenix. I survived taco night. This is one of those rare to me now thrift store pickups, since I usually buy all my stuff. I usually pay up quite a bit. So this one I got for just a couple bucks, and I think I got it. I think maybe this one I got at one of the Salvation Armies that we went to. But of course, I mean, you guys know me. I love me some tacos, so I picked this up.
It's ridiculous.
It is
a ridiculous shirt.
And I was like, I don't know if anyone's actually gonna like buy this. Like, I don't know.
Clearly,
if buy.
Someone bought it.
Well, the reason I wanted to show it is because I listed it, and I seriously like got so many offers on it. Like, they weren't ones that I was willing to take yet. I got so many different offers, and within a couple of days, probably like 5 or 6 people had made offers, and then somebody offered $40, which again, that's kind of like my bottom when I priced it at this price point. Sold for $40. You just never know, guys. People like them some tacos.
I guess so.
Yeah. All right.
So this, I'm not sure I showed this in a haul or not, but I also picked this up in Arizona. This is a brand that is a bolo brand you want to look out for. They do have some very common dresses and skirts, but when you find the ones that are very intricate and very boho hippie type of skirts and dresses like this one, Sandy Starkman, I think I paid about $6 for this one. This is another one. It sold the day after I listed it. I priced it very high at $89.95, and it sold for that asking price. There was no offer, nothing. It sold for $89.95. Buyer already left positive feedback. They're very happy with it, and it was just, the pictures really do it no justice. It was a very beautiful dress in person. If it was my size, I would have kept it, honestly.
Yeah, love it, love it. All right, next for me, I see Naomi asked, are you guys going the fast and free route? Oh, where'd it go? Fast and free route. I'll answer that real quick. I have free shipping on everything that I sell, so it does show up on mine, and because of my handling time is next day. Vikki, I don't know, do you have free shipping on anything anymore?
No, I do not offer free shipping anymore.
Yeah. So hers is fast and not so free.
I changed free shipping back in September of last year, and I took free shipping off of everything. I charge a flat rate of $3.95 for anything that is going first class. Sometimes I make a couple of cents, but usually it's underpricing it. It's just I'm not giving it away anymore. And on most priority items that are small or clothing items, I charge $6.95. We all know there's nothing that can ship priority for $6.95. So I'm only making a portion of it back. But it's, again, I'm not shipping it for free, and it does not look like an exorbitant shipping amount to anyone because you can't ship anything priority for $6.95. So I am no longer shipping for free, but my sales have actually increased since I started doing that.
I mean, who knows if that has anything to do with it?
It may or may not have anything to do with it. I'm just saying they didn't go down. Let's put it that way. I do not sell common everyday items very frequently. So that's also another thing. Fast, whether you're using free shipping or not, definitely has to do with what you're selling. It is not a one size fits all category for sure.
Yep. And for me, it's like, because it's just kind of one of those areas that I want anything that's going to help boost me in the search results as possible, because I do not price my stuff competitively. So I'm happy to do free shipping, but nothing I ship ever costs more than like $8 to ship anyway. So anyway, so these shoes, I actually bought these at a Savers like probably a year ago. But I bought like 6 or 8 pair. I bought a ton. They for some reason they had like all these New Balance sneakers, new with tags. Half of them I think had laces, and half of them were like these Velcro ones. And I've sold all of them except I had these 2 pairs left. And somebody came and bought them for the price you see there, $69.99 each, which means they paid $140 for both pairs, and they were in Canada, so they paid like another $50 for shipping, which didn't even cost me. I think it cost me like $35 to ship or something like that, to ship both pairs together, because they were just under 4 pounds, so it was like perfect. Anyway, so I was glad to finally have gotten rid of these. I paid it was like $20 a pair. And so at the time I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy all these sneakers, and they didn't go as fast as I had wanted them to, but they were still a good deal, and I made some good money on them. So I was pretty happy to get rid of these. So next up for you.
So this is one that I've had for a little bit. I've had it for a few months. I did pick it up from a haul that I purchased in a large group from another reseller that lives locally. I paid about $3 on an item on average, and I still have quite a few of the items that I purchased from her, but they've been selling steadily. This one sold. I had a lot of offers on this, and I held out. It sold for the price that you see there, $70.96. Nice. I paid about $3 for it, and that's it. It sold on. It was on sale. It was a really cool shirt, and there was nothing really like it.
Yeah, I like it. I like the Pepsi ones. I feel like there are so many more like Coke and Coca-Cola t-shirts out there. So I always like it when I see a Pepsi one, even though I prefer the Coke to the Pepsi.
And I prefer the Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi. But you were wrong, so it's okay. It's all right. All right, remember this t-shirt?
It looks like a lot of them, so not necessarily.
That's what you always say too. So this t-shirt I actually just showed in last week, so the week before the haul. This is one of the t-shirts I picked up from Valet Picker. I bought a bunch of stuff from that he shipped over to me from Massachusetts, and he bought like a bunch of dead stock t-shirts and everything. And I just love this one. I really love. And when I said, hey, I really love this one, and Vikki said, hey, that looks like all the shirts you sell, and I said, hey, shut your mouth. But I think it's just, I really like the design. I like the colors. It's just a cool shirt. And so I paid $15 for this, and I had somebody made me an offer for like 40 or 30 or 40. I don't remember what it was. And so I came back at them with 65, and they accepted. So I sold it for $65, paid 15. So definitely, it was only listed for maybe a week and a half tops.
They just really wanted to accept the offer. They would have bought it full price. If they came back and bought it at 65, your first offer, that's pretty cool.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
COVID.
Oh, that's rude. Anyway, yeah, so $65. I was actually pleasantly surprised when they accept, because usually when you start that whole negotiation game, they want to come back a couple of times. So they were like, okay, $5 off, sweet.
So this is one of those shot in the dark items. I have to say, I never really buy nor sell porcelain, china, glassware, whatever you want to call it, all of those things. I never sell any of them. I picked these up for $2 an item at a thrift store. I've probably had them for about 6 months. As you can see, the photos aren't even that freaking great, right? I mean, I probably should be doing white out backgrounds on photos. And
okay, you can see what they are, though.
You can see the reflection from the ring lights, whatever. But I paid about $2 a piece. What I did is look up, the brand is Jars France. So tell me how difficult it is to look up little posy bud vases when the brand itself is the name of the item practically, right? Jeez. It was not an easy thing, but I found a couple of pieces that had sold on WorthPoint for a really high dollar amount. I knew they were vintage, and that's all I knew. So once I saw that there was a high dollar amount, but nothing like this, I was like, man, they're not very big, and they didn't cost me a lot. I'm going to throw them up for a while pretty high and see what the hell happens.
Yeah. I like that game.
I had very little interest in them. So I actually got an offer yesterday for $95, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll sell them. So I sold, that is not the price they sold for. They sold for $95.
Nice, with shipping.
With shipping. Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
It'll probably cost me about $10 or $11 to ship. As I said, I only charge $6.95.
All right. Next one up is this Dale Earnhardt t-shirt. So we had pretty recently, like towards the beginning of the lockdown, we had bought a bunch of t-shirts from a friend of ours on the East Coast. They'd been wanting to get rid of some of their old shirts for a long time. And if you remember when we were showing them in the hall, Vikki and I had kind of divvied them up, and I snagged, there were basically two shirts that I just really, really wanted. And one of them was this one, and the other one was another Dale Earnhardt one, which I think I showed recently. I sold the other one for $150. This one, you know, it's just showing my total price, but normally it's on sale for 30% off. So it would normally be like $140. Somebody made an offer for $100, and I said yes. So basically the two main shirts that I really wanted from that, that little lot that we got, sold for a total of $250, and we paid $10 a piece for everything. So, and here's the thing, this particular shirt, if you go search for comps, this is not like a crazy rare shirt. You can find this shirt, and it gets listed for way lower, a lot. There might even be other ones that are available right now for a lot cheaper. But I was
it's all about your picture. Look at the second picture. That's a good one.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Thanks. Thanks. Anyway, so yeah, I price what I want. That's how I do it.
I get what I want.
I get what I want. It's true. Go ahead.
So I showed this in a haul. This one I have to say is probably my most watched item in my store. I have had as high as 75 watchers on this thing.
That's crazy.
I have sent out offers all over the place, anywhere as low as $120. So the fact that it hadn't sold yet is crazy to me. It finally sold a few days ago. I may be preemptive. It has not been paid for yet, but the buyer has over 800 feedback. We'll see. And it's all positive. I can't imagine they would not pay, but who knows? I got an offer for $180. Yes, sir. I'll take $4.56 off of my sale price. Sure. $180, and it's going to Australia. So buyer paid shipping. I'll probably make a little bit on the shipping because it happens to be that sweet spot that's somewhere around 3 pounds, which is perfect on international.
They did pay for it?
They did not pay for it yet. They did not. The sons of bitches. I don't know. I'm hoping they do pay for it. If not, I'm sure it will sell. I've had so many watchers on it. The only thing that really bothers me is that I have now lost all of those watchers if they don't pay for it.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, all those watchers, nobody was pulling the trigger, so it might.
It's true.
Even if you have to list at the end. And the thing is, them offering just under the asking price, I mean, that's probably just they wanted to lock it down, and they probably needed a few days to like get the funds together or something. So anyway.
Yeah, they're very rare to find them in the box. This particular one was a sample doll and everything. Anyway, so I paid $5 for it.
Yeah.
It was a Facebook Marketplace ad where a woman had a bunch of Barbie stuff, Barbie new in the box vintage clothing sets, and I purchased all of those plus this doll for I think $20 or $25. I've made hundreds off of this stuff already.
Crazy.
It's almost all gone.
So Sandy wants to know how, after I've accepted offers, how long do my buyers take to pay? I mean, I think it's probably the same as anybody else's. You know, I'd say for the most part, most people pay within, you know, right away or within the same day. And then I'll have, every once in a while, I'll have like a bunch of like unpaid ones just sitting there. And then I'll open up cases. I don't have it automated because I don't really need to. And then sometimes they'll pay. But actually, I don't have to close them out very often for not paying at all.
Mine's automated.
Usually pretty good.
Mine, I give 4 days, and then I have my unpaid item assistant is automated.
Yeah, I'll give people like a week or whatever. Then I'll finally
You're too nice.
But then they'll pay. That's the thing, is if they end up paying. So I'm like, it's not really that big of a deal to me. Okay, so next one for me. Remember this T-shirt?
Yes.
I survived the Tylenol. I survived extra strength Tylenol and a few other surprises. So this is a T-shirt I actually bought off of Mercari, and I think I paid like $15. I definitely didn't pay more than $15. And the reason I picked this up, and I thought like they really underpriced it, and maybe they didn't know what it was, because this T-shirt is actually from in the 80s when there was a whole thing where somebody was poisoned, put poison in Tylenol, and some people died, and it was really awful. But it was just a crazy story.
And they had to pull all the Tylenol off the shelves.
Yeah, it's actually the reason that they've changed the packaging the way they did at that time. I don't know exactly what was changed, but to make it a little bit safer.
That's when they added childproof covers to aspirin and things like that.
Yeah, so you could see that it had a seal and it hadn't been broken. Nobody had tampered with it. So I really felt like it was something that probably should be able to sell for a lot more. So it took a little while, but I had somebody buy this. They made offers on this and another shirt. So they bought 2 shirts, and this particular one they paid $115 for. So they paid $115. So basically I made $100 on it. And then they bought another shirt, and they've already gotten them, and I've already gotten positive feedback. They were like exactly what I wanted to get, and they were really happy with it. So, but just like this is just one of those things.
That's
it's
weird
just such an odd shirt, and like a weird little piece of history that's pretty macabre but interesting. So I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. So next one for you.
So this is one that I've had a little bit. I had it. I paid $12 for it at a Savers. I think I probably had it floating around for most of a year. I've sold it once. It actually came back to me because the buyer who purchased it said that it was too complicated for them. They were honest.
Look at this, a lot of buttons on there.
They paid return shipping and everything. So they were honest. It is what it is. So I just double checked that everything was exact as it had been sent, and it was. So I relisted it, and it's been sitting for a while. I sent out an offer to buyers on this for $185, and somebody jumped. So I sold it for $185.
Yeah. Real quick, over in the chat, I see there's a question about international shipping. Yeah, if you actually look down in the description of this video, if you scroll down towards the bottom, there's links to videos, and there are a couple of videos there about international shipping. So definitely go check those out. And I show like how to set it up, as well as how to actually ship things once you sell them. So I would definitely advise you to do your own international shipping, because yeah, for a lot of people, a lot of buyers, GSP just charges too much. So all right, next one for me is this one right here. I probably had this for like a year. I took my time. I've had some like super low offers. It's a Bel Air Country Club sweatshirt, and I just thought it was cool. And of course, when you think Bel Air, you think of Fresh Prince. And so I've got like some little, sneaky tag words in there, but it does have a little crown. So it's like, come on, Prince, King, right? Little crown there. That makes sense, right? Bel Air Country Club sweatshirt.
Too much.
You shut your mouth. I probably paid, I don't know. I bought this at like a Saver, so it was probably less than $10. But it's just like kind of a cool sweatshirt, and I've had people be like, how dare you price this so high? Why is this so? People get so upset like when you price stuff really high. It's weird, but probably because they want it, they can't buy it. So this one, I accepted an offer for $125. Sold it for $125.
Woo, that's a lot.
Whoa, it's a lot. Whatever. So yeah, it took a while. I probably could have sold it a long time ago, but you know what, guys? I don't care. I have a decent sized inventory. I can sit around and wait for stuff to sell for the price I want it for. That's okay with me. I'm not about high volume of items. I don't need to ship a million things a day. I'd rather sell it for top dollar. So next one. Next one for you. Go ahead.
This one was a fun one. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this, but I picked this up literally, I think, just as COVID was coming down, because I remember us being very cautious in our social distance exchange. It was a Facebook Marketplace purchase. So I paid $40 for this item. And so I've probably had it for what, a couple months now, 2-3 months. And I did send out, again, offers to watchers on this. It sold for $250. Crazy. I think I probably could have held out a little bit longer, but I am trying to not keep things as long as I'm used to, holding out for the high price. I'm happy to settle somewhere in the middle. But $40 into $250 made me pretty happy for a blanket. I love the blankets, and no, there's no damage on that. That's just the sun. If you can see that it was difficult because it's really big. It was hard to get a photo of without the sun coming through. I probably should have taken it on a different day, but again, you know me, my photos, they're good enough. I'm not trying for perfection. I'm trying for fast. So
I hear you. All right, next one for me. I don't pick up jerseys anymore. they're just not my thing. Not really that into them. But this is like another. I think I had bought this along with a whole bunch of other ones at there's a fellow reseller here in town that has these big sales, these giant sales. Actually, we just ran into him recently. We were out
garage sailing. John, his name is John.
Yeah, and so I had bought a bunch of stuff and paid like $5 per jersey, and this was one of them. And so I sold it for the price you see there, $210, $209.99. These are just these really cool Mitchell and Ness. They're not vintage; they're like throwback jerseys. So this is like they're kind of like replicas, 1989 World Series.
What did you
throwback
pay for
jersey? Like I paid like
maybe $5. I think we paid $4 or $5 an item.
Yeah, or maybe this one I paid $10. Let's say I paid $10 just to be on the safe side. But still, I turned around and sold it for $210. So
sweet.
So yeah, so pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. But yeah, I'm not really picking up jerseys for the most part anymore. So go ahead.
All right, so this is my one Etsy sale that actually seemed like it was worth mentioning. I picked this up in Arizona as well. I paid $2.50 for this set. And it sold on Etsy very quickly. I listed about a week. This is one of the times where I say I don't always pick up hot rollers. I know that tends to be a bolo for some people. Right now, with the way shipping is as expensive as it is, that really depends on what the set is. You need to be real careful about your research. Not every set of hot rollers is worth picking up, but the vintage ones, if they're flocked in velvet or they have these little pointy grippers on them, they're worth picking up for sure.
Flocked in velvet. All right, you want to see how much this one sold for?
Yep.
Let's see. Use flippertools.com. $79.95.
They sold for $79.95 and plus shipping. Buyer paid shipping, and it was international shipping. So they actually paid, I don't even know, they paid $40-something for shipping.
Wow.
Because it's heavy.
Nice. That worked out pretty well. All right. Next up for me is an Etsy sale. This is my only like really noteworthy sale this week on Etsy. It was this Porsche t-shirt. I bought this from Jesse yesterday's Fits. I didn't pay like a ton for it. I think I paid maybe like $20 for it. It's kind of worn and faded, and obviously that is a tie-dye job that was done later. It was not originally made this way.
That's the thing now. Tie-dyeing old shirts. I like your last feedback. I'm really happy with the quality of this t-shirt.
Hey, I didn't even see that one. Anyway, so, and you can see like I have in my condition, I've put pre-owned, worn and faded. There's some paint on it. So definitely it's got, like you can see right there, there's a little, somebody like did some, maybe they painted their house white or something while they were wearing this. I don't know. But it's just a really cool vintage 80s t-shirt. And it's like a really big size too. Like you can see it's kind of a bigger t-shirt, which is not very common for these, this time period. Anyway, so let's see, what did I sell it for? Doobity-doobity-doo. Skibity-doobity-doo. Head on over to flippertools.com. See what we got. So it was a 10% off sale. So I sold it for $134.99. So it was $135. Free shipping. Pretty good sale. I feel pretty special. I feel pretty good about that. Yep. But yeah, just because something's worn up and beat up and has been dyed and has paint on it, that's okay. It can still sell for a ton of money.
That's me. I'm worn out, beat up, died.
Got some paint on you?
I probably have some paint on me somewhere. I'm still worth it, damn it.
There you go. All right, next one for you. Sorry it's so small. I don't know why it shows up.
Yeah, so it's tough to show, but this was a Macari sale. No, sorry, this was a Poshmark sale. It's just a hat. I've had it for a while. I picked it up from actually that same guy that you were talking about, local seller, John. I paid $2 a hat for a bunch of hats I picked up from him, and this one sold for $60 on Posh. I've probably had it close to a year, but again, hats don't take up any space, and I was holding out for a better price. I've had a lot of offers over the time, and
that's one that probably would have sold really well on Grailed. That kind of that particular hat.
I'm not on the Grailed.
I know you're not on the Grailed. You should be though. You've got enough. You got some pretty cool stuff. All right, next one for me. I sold this over on Grailed. Speaking of Grailed, this Triple H wrestling T-shirt. You can see the price right there. I sold it for $100. Somebody made an offer. And this is another one of those shirts, like I picked it up, and when I went and did the comps, there were actually a number of them available, and a number of them that had been sold, and for lower prices than I was really hoping for. And you know what I said? I don't really care. I'm going to price everyone up.
Forget that.
Yeah, and so I took the better pictures than everybody else, and I have a cooler looking shirt than anybody else, and I got $100 for it, so I was pretty stoked about it. I think I showed this, last week or the week before? It's been pretty recently. Maybe the week before. But yeah, $100. I think I paid maybe $25.
Any Ghost fans in the chat? Because it kind of looks more like it should be a Ghost shirt than a Triple H shirt. I'm just saying.
Well, it's Triple H though.
I know. I'm just saying. It reminds me of Ghost.
Whatever. You read. Okay, go ahead. Here's another tiny picture for you.
Tiny picture. This is also Macari, or this is Macari. The other one was not. This is a Macari sale. I picked this up at a garage sale. I had paid $2 an item for a bunch of big box vintage PC games. This one was one of the ones that was the best in the lot, and it sold very quickly as well. It sold within a day or two of being listed, and it sold on Macari better, which is a little bit better than eBay because the fees are less.
Yep.
So it sold for $56.
Nice. Plus shipping?
Plus shipping.
Yeah. All right. Last one for me and last one for this part of the show is this Harley Davidson tank top. So I've had these for a little while. Well, yeah, I can see the picture. It's got the curtain background. I don't remember where I picked this up, but I don't think I paid a ton for it. And I priced it big time because it's speed limit 70. Now, if you know, like vintage Harley stuff, 3D emblem is like really popular, but I had found some decent comps for the speed limit 70 one, like these designs. And so I priced it like really high. And I think I'd gotten like a couple of different dead stock Harley Davidson tank tops. And the other one I sold like forever ago for like 150. This one's been sticking around for a while. But somebody made me an offer and for 144, but that's including shipping. This one actually went to Germany. So they paid $144. It cost me under $20 to ship. Yeah, so tank tops can sell for a lot of money too. Okay?
I don't get it.
It doesn't have to have sleeves, you guys. Just
armpits are gross.
Some people want their arms to be free. Okay. But yeah, $144, and that went to Germany. So that is it for the show and tell part of our sales highlights. How do you feel about that?
It's over.
Well, we also have a haul.
Oh yeah, we have a haul.
You're like, bye.
It's
Remember that one show that we did where I actually had stuff to show, but you didn't, and then I forgot to show my stuff, so we just didn't have a haul.
I remember. I remember.
Anyway,
good times.
Okay, so I didn't really do much thrifting myself. I received a box of stuff from Derek on Monday, so I have some really cool T-shirts to show you from that box of stuff that I bought from him. And then otherwise, I didn't go out sourcing. The only time I went out was when we went garage sales on yesterday, and I got a whole total of one things.
Yep. You got one thing.
One things, which I will show to you just because I can show you my one thing I got. But you went to a lot of thrift stores, garage sales.
I did a lot of sourcing this week.
Yeah.
Hopefully I did not source the COVID, but I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you got some mediocre stuff, and then some good stuff. You weren't super excited about the things you'd gotten. So when we went yesterday, you actually did find a few cool things.
I found a couple of cool things. Yes. Yeah. So I'm not just showing you some boring old stuff.
Yeah. So what you got? Show it to us.
So one of the things I picked up was actually it was in the first stop that I went to with Corey. Is I've showed these little guys before. I'm not sure if other people are familiar with them, but these are vintage toy dolls. They're kind of creepy, but they're called Hug-a-Bunch dolls. And it was a blue tag, so it was 50% off at Goodwill. I paid $2.50. This particular one has a little name on it. Her name is Bubbles. And I sell these guys all the time for $50 plus. So it's one of those plush dolls that if you find them, you want to pick them up. There are some that are more rare than others. This is a normal one. Some people will sell them cheaper, but they do sell for more. So if they're selling it cheaper, they're selling them too cheap. But if you hold out, this should sell for 50 bucks.
Weird. And then she just throws it across the room.
Yeah. She's fine. She's plush. This I picked up for $4.99. It's not worth a ton, but I had to show it because I thought it was really cool. If Mel Bradley is watching the show, I think she will appreciate this. It just made me think of her for some reason. Mel and Deb actually is what I was thinking of when I saw this. I don't know why. I don't know why it made me think of you guys, you girls,
for no
but
reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I paid $5 for it. It'll sell for about $35 or so. It's a vintage mini hair dryer, but look at it. It's got Beverly Hills 90210 on the.
Ooh!
I think it's the cutest little thing, and it's purple and teal and pink. It's so
fancy.
It's so 90s. So 90s.
Ridiculous.
It's not worth a ton. It'll probably sell for like 30, 35 bucks. I have a feeling it'll probably sell on Etsy and it will go international. So these I paid up a little bit for. I paid about $10 for these shoes, but they're so cute. These are Zodiac shoes. If you're not familiar with this name, you should be. They can be vintage and they can be current. The brand has been around for a long time. These particular shoes are probably 90s-ish based on the style and the square block heel. So I think they're vintage, but they could very well be current. These look like dead stock. If you look at the bottom of these shoes, nothing has been done. So they don't look like they've been worn or anything like that. I just thought they were pretty cool. I paid about $11, $12. I'll sell them for about $75.
Special.
I'm going to share my disappointment with you guys because I just want you to know that, I'm not the best picker all the time either. Obviously, I make my mistakes, and this was one of them. So I'll still sell these, but here's the thing. I got so super excited when I saw this at the thrift store. They were $8.99, and then it was 25% off because we went on Thursday. And these super, super cool Galaxy pool balls by a company named McDermott. I was like, oh, super psyched. I looked them up at the store. I don't normally do that, but I looked them up at the store and they were taped. And I was like, oh, they're worth $200. They sell for $200. They were selling them for $8.99. I'm like, couldn't get them in my store fast enough. Yeah, and then I opened them up.
And you opened them.
Wah, wah. Just plain vintage set of pool balls. I will probably still sell these pool balls. Addie Love, if you're interested in those shoes, you go ahead and send me a message through the link down below. I'd be happy to sell them to you before I list them. No worries there. So yeah, I think these are still vintage. I think they'll still sell, but they were not the ones I bought.
Not these. I mean, these would have been.
These would have been
amazing.
Sweet.
Those are so cool.
But they're not. Jen Lee. The curly top dryer gets taken down because it has a recall. It has a recall from that particular brand. That's why you can't sell it on eBay. I have sold it on Mercari and Etsy nearly immediately though. So people do still like the curly tops. And it's funny you brought that up because I found one this weekend too. So can you return the balls? Yeah, I probably can, but I'm not going to drive to Savers to get a $6 refund. I'll just sell them. I'll make more than I paid for them. They were not the $200 ones that I thought they were going to be.
Bummer.
I'm going to just show two more things, and that'll get my hard goods out of the way for the most part. This I picked up for $10 at a garage sale yesterday. This is a vintage electronic horse racing game. There are none available right now on eBay. I did find a bunch on WorthPoint that have sold. This is vintage. I'm guessing 70s, maybe early 80s.
1975.
Oh, see, 1975. It says on the back. Look at me. I paid $10. I think I can get 50 to 60 bucks on these. So, yeah, I like them. I like them. We'll see if it works, if it's complete. This was probably my favorite find of my own sourcing the other day. I was not with Corey when I went to this particular Goodwill, but anybody that plays tennis or knows anything about tennis will know that these machines are super expensive. So this was $15 and I got 20% off of that. So, you know, 12 bucks I paid, and it is an automated tennis ball throwing machine. And I think it's new. The box is, I think it's dead stock. Like the box is old, but the item inside is still new. I should sell this for at least 200 plus shipping.
Crazy.
So that was kind of my favorite buy. Couple of questions. Pool balls. Yeah, the pool balls will still sell. I don't know what you meant by phenolic billiard balls. Kara, talk to me like I'm 5. I don't know what that means. And Sandy asked, can you sell the cue ball box alone?
The box, yeah.
Probably not. I'll probably sell them in this box just because it's there, and then wrap it well just because it holds them well. But I don't sell empty boxes.
Yeah. All right, is it my turn?
Really? It's someone else is saying I should list the pool ball box only. Really?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe. I'll look. I'll look and see.
Maybe. My turn?
Yep, your turn.
All right, so my one thing I got, I'm only going to show it to you, not because it's necessarily super exciting, is the one thing I got when we were out for garage sales, is this Marlboro jacket. They had a little price tag on it for $10, but I was able to offer $8, and they accepted. It's got like a removable hood. Actually, this one's really cool.
That's a nice one.
It's like a snow jacket, like a ski jacket, parka jacket. So it's really actually a pretty nice jacket. I haven't done any comps, but I've sold like other Marlboro jackets for anywhere from $50 to $100. And there's a lot of these out there. I don't know about this particular one. But I always find that I can sell mine for quite a bit more than what other people are selling them for. So I'm not too worried about it. But I paid $8 for it. It's just a really nice,
fancy
heavy jacket. Does not smell like cigarettes at all. So it's a good deal. So that was my one item I bought. I did buy 3 records, which are still out in the car. I need to go get those.
They're probably melted and misshapen at this point.
No, they're fine. Anyway. And that's all, but those are for myself, for my own collection. Anyway, so I did pick up a bunch of t-shirts from Derek. He had bought a whole bunch of t-shirts. He found like the source, this guy who I think buys out big estates, and he had just tons of stuff. He's still going to be going back there multiple times. But I bought a bunch of the stuff from him from his last haul. I think I bought like 30 items. I spent a total of about, it was a little over 800, but I picked up a few things for yesterday's fits. So as far as the stuff that I bought for myself personally was a little over $700. But I got quite a few items. I did pay up for them, but they're really, really cool. But one of the lower priced items that I got was this, and I actually got like 5 of these. This Fear Nothing Gear t-shirt, and it's like a rollerblading, Burning Blades rollerblading t-shirt. I think somebody else has one listed on, this is clean, by the way. He washed everything. Somebody else has one of these listed on eBay, but I picked up like 5 of these because he was like only charging me like 12 bucks a piece for these, so they're ridiculous. Well, you know, when you're one.
Kara said I should do a search on eBay. Pool balls made in Belgium. Yeah, babe, I don't know how to tell if those are made in Belgium.
Yeah, so they don't have the real box with them. So who knows?
I don't know what boxes. Yeah, all I know is that they're vintage. I can tell by the yellowing on them.
Yep. Now I got a ton of Oliver Prints t-shirts from this haul from Derek, and I love them. All these ones, by the way, I haven't even taken pictures of yet. I haven't listed any of this stuff yet. This one, this bear, this crazy grizzly bear out in the forest who's gonna chew your face off. Like this one's amazing.
He looks angry.
Well, he is
hungry.
He's probably hungry. I got this great like biker t-shirt that's got a lion on it for some reason. It's like a splatter paint. Single stitch. Most of these are single stitch, but I think this is a really cool.
I don't understand the lion with the motorcycle on this one.
Why does it matter?
It doesn't make sense. I need a
does a lion need to be riding the motorcycle?
Yes.
Like, what's the issue?
Yes.
How many Harley t-shirts have like leopards or panthers or tigers or bald eagles? Why I don't understand. What's so hard to figure out?
I don't understand it.
All right. Well, I'm sorry for your.
Both Kara and Bear Kitty like the bear shirt.
Very cool.
And they have someone watching from Kuwait.
All right, cool. And then this really, really cool Native American one that's got a bald eagle, and it just looks. I just love the pattern on it, the paint, how they did this. It's got like the.
I think all of these shirts, the graphics are super cool.
Yeah, I just think they're really interesting. I don't know if there's a lot of them out there. This one's from 1991. So, and it says, I see the artist here is R. Peck. I feel like Richard Peck is a Native American artist that sounds familiar to me. I think I've listed stuff of his before. So that's just a really cool t-shirt. Now, this one is a doozy. This one is quite beautiful. I'm pretty excited about this one, actually. And I don't feel like there's going to be any others available in this one right now. This is a skateboard all over print. Look at the colors on this. Like the pastels,
purple,
pink, teal, purple, and double-sided. Just really, really cool. Like, I'm assuming, like, do you think these are like, I don't even know how these are painted. Well, this one's, these are drawings. I don't know. This is like screen printed like this?
That's
like the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Anyway, I think this is just, I think it's rad, okay? This is gnarly. It's rad. It's bitchin'.
No.
What else?
Just no.
No? I think it's pretty awesome. Anyway. And then we'll stop in the middle of the all over prints to look at a little bit of property of Jesus Christ. You know how I do with my Jesus t-shirts.
Vintage Jesus is always hot.
Yeah, so that one should do pretty well. It's a nice little Jesus tee. And then I've got, seriously, it's just a crazy amount of all over print t-shirts. This is another volleyball one. Not as exciting as some of the other volleyball ones I have, but still a cool all over prints. I've got Kentucky Derby. Let's bring back the horse. Kentucky Derby, 1994, all over print. Look at that.
The graphics on these are really, really good.
Really cool.
And I know that they're showing well in the camera because I'm watching the playback. And I think if you could see them in person, they're even better.
Yeah.
I am interested, Teresa. Shut your mouth.
And then I have a bunch of college sports, NCAA. Right here, Michigan. These are all dead stock too. They all have. Well, this one might not have it on it. Most of them have like the little sticker on them.
The hologram sticker.
Yeah, the little hologram sticker. But this is Michigan Wolverines. We've got.
Bear Kitty says, I don't remember 1994. I don't remember it either. I had a newborn. So probably different reasoning than you, but I don't remember 94 very much.
You see, it's got the sticker right here. It's not the holograph sticker, but it's a officially licensed collegiate sticker or whatever. But this is UNLV Rebels. This is super cool. These are all double-sided, dead stock, just really cool t-shirts. And then Arkansas Razorbacks. This is a really cool one.
That's a cool one. You don't see Arkansas stuff very often. So like some teams, you just see a lot of everywhere.
Yeah. Then we got more Wolverines. Super cool. So that's all I have for these t-shirts. But yeah, I still have like a bunch more stacked downstairs. But these are the ones that I was really excited about because they are just awesome graphics. Mm-hmm. Really, really cool t-shirts. And I'm obsessed with all over print t-shirts. So. All right, we'll go back to you.
All right. So I'm going to show some clothing. Talk about some brands. I actually paid up for a couple of pieces. So this one I paid, well, it was 25% off of $13.99. But what I wanted to show was it's just a pretty dress. It is new with tags. I wanted to show the brand. The brand is Folter. Folter is a brand that is sold on that is sold by ModCloth, and ModCloth is kind of a pin-up-y type of style brand and company. And because of that, you can probably get a little bit more for it. So every time I've gotten this brand, I've done very well with it. I think I can probably sell this dress for, let's see, it's a size medium. I can probably sell this dress for somewhere in the $65 range.
Interesting.
Where normally it's not the pattern or the dress itself that would sell it. It's more the name. The pattern and the dress are nice, but they're not, you know. Let's see. Yes, pin-up-y is the official term. Listen, Miss Sarcastic, Teresa. So this was one I actually paid up for. I paid $30 for this one. And that was with 25% off. This is a brand new with tags Anthropologie dress. The brand is called Moth. I'm just going to show the tag right here. That's it. It's just Moth.
Interesting.
New with tags. New with tags is $148. I paid $30 for it. I don't think it will sell for a great amount right now, but it is a beautiful winter type of or fall type of sweater dress. And I think there have been a couple that have sold recently. They've priced them a little too low. Obviously, it's off season, so I'm going to price it a little bit higher and wait it out.
You price it whatever you want.
I think I can get pretty close to 100 on this one.
Cool.
It's a really nice dress. I would keep it if it fit me. That's my buying philosophy. If I would keep it or wear it, I buy it. It's winter in Australia. It's true, Sandy. So another pair, I picked these up from Jesse's mom, Jessie from Yesterday's Fits, and I paid $3 or $4 for these. These are some true vintage 1970s bell bottom. I want to call. They're jeans. They're brown, and they've got like the full super wide leg from the 70s. They just have that really fun butt imprint.
Fun butt.
Fun butt.
Look at my fun butt. I'm gonna put these pants on so everyone else can see my fun butt.
I'm trying to see. So they're made in the USA. They're not 100% cotton. They're like a cotton nylon. But these are a size 18, which means that they're probably a current size 10 or a 12. But a size 18 was pretty hard to come by in the 60s or 70s because they didn't eat as badly as we do. So not everybody was, most people were a lot tinier, as you know, by older clothing. So anyway, I'm pretty excited about these. I paid about $5. I think they're really cool. I think I'm going to list them for around 100.
Bear Kitty says, we all had fun butts in the 70s.
Preach, preach. Yes, we all had fine butts in the 70s. Mine was a baby butt, but it was still fun butts. Let's see. I picked this up the other day at Savers. I paid around $10 for it. We're going to go to we're going to another decade now. We are going to go to this very, very fashionable 80s here where, hey now, this is
real flashy.
We've got a dynasty style big padded shoulders, and it's a pantsuit. Oh, so it's these big, huge harem pants with the big wide leg. Yeah, this is another one that's going to go up for over $100. It's so ugly and fantastic that
we should have Dana model them.
Pointer Sister style. Yes, totally, Jen. So yeah, pretty fun. I have just a few more jackets. How many things do you have, hon? So
I mean, I was going to show like a bunch of the jackets without showing a whole lot of detail because they're not really anything.
So I'm going to go and sell. I'm going to keep going and show my last 5 or 6 things, and then you can show yours, and we'll be out of your hair.
Get out of your hair.
I also picked this up from Jesse's mom, and this was I paid I think $15 a jacket. I have 2 of these. Vintage 80s Matco tools, and this is like if you decided you wanted to be an astronaut but also like work on trucks. Yeah. It's awesome. Silver. It's a pretty cool jacket. I got 2 of those. probably, again, another item that I'll list somewhere around the $75 to $100 range.
I almost got them because Jesse was helping his mom price everything, and she was kind of waffling on some of the prices, and these jackets were one of the things that she wasn't sure she was going to get. And so I was like standing there going, maybe she's going to say no, and then I can buy them.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said yes. And I was like,
nope. Same place. Picked this one up from Jesse's mom as well. Vintage U.S. Marines satin bomber jacket. This would probably be somewhere in the $65, $75 range. It's not $100 and something jacket. They're not super uncommon. You'll be able to find others like this. So
it'll probably take a little while.
And it'll take a little bit to sell for sure. Also, same location. Pick this one up. Vintage NFL Pro Line jacket. Just a leather and wool varsity jacket. Miami Dolphins. I can't remember what I paid for this.
I don't know.
Probably 25, if I had to guess. Probably 25. This is size medium. This one I'll probably put up for close to 200. I don't know if I'll get that, but at least 150. Size on jacket. Which jacket, honey? How did I wrestle these away from Katy? We both went thrifting and shopping at the same day, and we started on opposite sides of the room.
Yeah.
So she took what she found that she wanted. I took what I found, and then we switched sides of the room. And I took a couple things she passed on, and she did a couple things I passed on.
Yeah.
That's the fair way to do it.
Yeah.
The Marine Corps jacket is a size large. So it's an oversized large. That's the thing about men's. Men's clothing did not really change in sizing throughout the years. Women's clothing has. If anything, men's clothing from 80s and 90s is much bigger than it was.
Not t-shirts.
Than it is today.
Yeah.
Where women's clothing, due to vanity sizing, has shrunk significantly.
Yeah. So. I'd say t-shirts from the 80s are like crazy small. And then the 90s, it was very popular to be oversized. So you'll have a medium that's like a good 2 inches bigger than like what it should be.
So this one I got, again, same location. This one is a medium as well. Vintage NFR.
Love it. Professional
rodeo jacket. Look at 1989. It's kind of like that bright neon, but it's a parka. Nicely embroidered on the back. This is one that I'll sell for over $100 for sure. I'm not sure what I paid for it again. I think I
totally jealous of that one.
This is the one she wanted the most. I think I paid about $30. I think I paid about $30 for that one. I'll put it up high too. That's one that I'll probably put up around 200. I don't think I'll accept less than 125. And this jacket I absolutely love too. This is just a vintage windbreaker jacket, but what's really cool about it is that it's a vintage 70s windbreaker jacket, and it has a really old Harley Davidson patch on it. It's not a Harley jacket. It's not a Harley brand, but it has an old Harley patch on it, which makes it pretty cool. And kind of like the Cobra jacket that I had that was similar to this, it sold for a lot of money, even though it wasn't a Shelby Cobra branded jacket. Yeah. So along the same vein, I'm going to list this one pretty high. I think I'm going to list this around 150, and I think it's going to sell for over 100 for sure. And I paid 25, I think, for this one as well. So that's my highlight reel. I haven't had a lot of good, fun clothing to show anybody in a while, so I was excited to have those pieces. And then I actually just picked up two other pieces, 2 pairs of boots that I paid $20 a piece for. So actually I had 20% off, so I paid $16 a piece for these. Vintage 1970s dead stock military boots.
Crazy.
Now, if you look at the bottom, that's how you can tell they're dead stock, right? Look at the soles here.
Yeah.
Goodyear tire. There's not the tread. I mean, I wouldn't say I would lick these, but you probably could. They're that clean. And this is another pair. Dead stock. There's a couple little scuffs on the surface. Somebody might have had them put somewhere else. But the way you can tell that they're military is the dates are right here. Like these are 1975.
Crazy.
And these are dated These are newer. Sorry, these are 2006. So they were on the counter with each together. So these are not vintage, but they're current. They went so. Yeah, they went. They must have put them out right before I got there because I'm surprised they were still there.
Yeah.
I paid $16 a piece. The older ones I'll sell for over $100. The more current ones I'll probably list for around $65 to $75.
Not too shabby.
And that's it.
That is it.
So, oh, Jen says she has a couple of vintage Harley hats with that number 1 on them. Yeah, the jacket, the jacket itself is 70s, so I'm assuming that the patch is 70s as well.
Probably. Okay, so I just have jackets left from the haul from Jesse's mom. I know that because you didn't have like cash with you at the time, so you had me pay for both of us, and so I think total it was like $965.
I paid, and about 300 of it was mine.
A little under 300 was yours. Mine was about $700. But I bought like 30 jackets. Almost everything I bought was jackets, and so my average came out to about $22, $23, $24 a piece for each of the things that I got. And for the most part, I didn't have to think anything that was like super crazy. But I just got a lot of sports jackets. Like, you know, when we originally met up with Jesse, Yesterday's Fits, when they were just moving from their old location, I had bought a bunch of jackets from them then. But his mom had basically come in before we even had a chance, and she had bought a bunch too. So there were just like a bunch of like really cool like vintage sports jackets. So there's all kinds of stuff. So like I have like this Phoenix Suns. Now again, none of these, I haven't taken pictures of any of these. I haven't listed any of these. I haven't looked at
same. Nothing that I showed you is listed.
But again, I paid
photographed
a little over $20 average for every piece that I got there. So I just got like seriously like so many items. Phoenix Coyotes, which is their hockey team.
Phoenix has a hockey team?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got
like I would know that.
Steelers, which this one's a pro player, but it's a Steelers jacket. These are like the 90s parka style jackets.
90s. If every guy had one of those that I went to high school with, if they did not have a Bruins or Patriots one of those, then they were just not cool.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I've got Carolina Panthers, Panther on the back. So these are all just like really big, bulky jackets, but it's great because I have like a bunch of room on my racks out in my inventory. They're just ready for some jackets, and this is the perfect time because I'm going to get them all listed and up in my store in the summertime, and maybe there's going to be some vintage collectors in Australia are going to want a nice warm jacket.
That's right. What size is the Steelers jacket?
Well, I have a couple Steelers jackets, but this one, yeah. Jackets everywhere. I've had these jackets stacked up in here for a few weeks now. That one is an extra large. And then I have another Steelers jacket right here. This is a Proline one. It's got the big patch on the back. This one is this is Reebok. It's a medium, but the other one's an extra large. So seriously though, guys, it was just like
sports jackets,
as far as the eye could see. Colorado Avalanche, their hockey team. This is a great pro player jacket.
Yeah, Liz, Colorado.
Yep. Chicago Bears right here. This particular one's another Proline starter jacket.
Okay, you got some questions here. How much are you pricing these jackets at? How much are you pricing the 90s jackets
Honestly, I really don't know yet because I need to go and look at comps and see what other people have priced them at. But they're all going to be $100 and up. I usually price my stuff around like $150, depending on what they are. If it's something that is for some reason like a lot more rare and you can't really find it anywhere, I might price it higher. But I generally price my sports jackets like these around $150.
Dub Bears.
And this one is the Denver Broncos, Liz's favorite team.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. This is a nice one. This one is, what brand this one is? You can't see. Anyway, starter, I think. See how then there's ones like this.
I like this one
that you would price a little higher because this is a Mighty Ducks, Anaheim Mighty Ducks, and you remember the movie in the 90s, really popular. And so the old logo like this tends to go for more. So I'll probably price this one more like $200. And it's just a really cool jacket. It's got like the purple is a really nice purple. Comes with the hood and everything.
Sweet.
So yeah, probably price
like
that
that
one at like 200. Yeah. Oh, I'm like throwing stuff everywhere. Anyway,
she's making such a mess.
I'm making such a mess. But I got to do all my pictures here real soon. So, and then there's this last jacket.
I love this one. I didn't see this one.
Yeah,
you grabbed this one before me.
True.
This is the kind of jacket I would have grabbed for sure.
So first of all, this is just like a cool kind of cafe racer
satin,
kind of satin bomber racing jacket. Just really, really cool. And this is probably
early 80s.
Yeah, early 80s of style. And let's go ahead and see what's on the back. I mean, is it blank? Is there something embroidered on the back? What do you think? I don't know. Maybe. It's Engelbert Humperdinck World Tour. What? Ladies, just calm down. I mean,
yep.
Come on. You know
so we had to have this conversation that when I was 10, my mom was a big Engelbert Humperdinck fan. When I was 10, I had my first pets, and they were chameleons, and their names were Engelbert and Humperdinck.
Ridiculous.
And I murdered one.
Ridiculous.
Not intentionally.
Yeah.
It was traumatizing.
For sure. I see eBay reseller blog says I have a 90 starter Bengals pullover, no action yet. I mean, sometimes they take a little bit longer to move. I will say I sell them more often and more quickly on Etsy. And a lot of times they tend to go international. Just saying. So I think that the style is a little more popular right now international. And that's part of why I get higher prices too, is a lot of times I sell to people overseas. So that's everything. That's all I got.
Somebody said, who is Engelbert Humperdinck? Oh, my child. We're old.
Are we?
We are.
Yeah, but we're old, like our parents like them.
Yeah, parents and grandparents. And Jen said my grandma was a huge fan. My mom liked them.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, guys. That's it. That's everything we have to show. That was like not even half of the jackets that I got. I still have like.
You should see the mountain. You can't even see the sofa. She's got a sofa on the side of this office, and you can't even get to it.
Well, all of this is going to move because I have to take pictures like this next. I mean, I don't know when. I'm going to start doing my prep today, and then but because it's her birthday tomorrow, other than shipping everything in the morning, we're not going to get any actual work done tomorrow or Tuesday. So really, I'm going to be doing prep today, pictures on Wednesday, and then I'll be able to finally start listing. So I'm going to have like a good number of days where I'm not listing anything other than ending old listings. And
so Jen has a couple questions. Asked, anyone know if extra free eBay coupon code can be used only used for branded surprise? It has to be used in that particular store.
Yeah.
And then Kara said, have a fabulous spa-cation. Unfortunately, the spa is closed. We've canceled the spa treatment because the spa is really overpriced and you can only go in for the treatment. Yeah. And you can't go and hang out in the spa and use their facilities, which is the whole point of going to that spa. So
yeah,
no spa day.
Yeah. Sorry.
Susan, if you got the codes are in our group. If you're in our group, it's been posted a few times. It depends on the level of store that you have. It's the same code for everybody. You just have to use the correct code for your store. And they do recognize it. Like you can't use the $150 code if you've got a starter store. Right. Like they're going to know.
It's like, thanks a ton and thanks a lot and thanks something else. But it depends on if you are an anchor store, premium store, or what's the other one? Basic store. So yeah. Anywho, that's about it. We're wrapping it up. So guys, we will be back on Wednesday for our regular Wednesday show.
And again, if you came in late, please listen to the first few minutes of our show today. We talked about the special show that we're going to be doing on Thursday with Dominique Hollins, who is a specialist in diversity. And we are going to be having a conversation about racism with our friend Dom. And we hope that you can join us. I think it's going to be an educational show for everybody, ourselves included. And we are really excited to have the ability to use the platform that we have to have a conversation. Yeah. A conversation that matters, as the title says. Yeah.
So please join us on Thursday. We would love to have you here to come and hang out with us and be a part of the conversation. But we're going to get out of here. We're going to get some actual work done before we take the next couple of days off. And we will see you guys on Wednesday and hopefully on Thursday as well. We really appreciate you. And go back and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Get some more work done if that's what you're going to do. Go lounge out by the pool, out in the sun, take a nap.
And yes, Tommy, you can pre-email questions below. Absolutely. That's one of the concepts that we talked about. Again, if you haven't seen this whole show, it's okay. Go back and watch the first few moments of the show where we talk about what we're going to be, our discussion and our topic is on Thursday. Please feel free to email us questions. And there is no shame in any question you have to ask. Any question you'd like to ask. This is a conversation that we're going to have about a difficult topic, and the only question that is wrong is the question that you don't ask. If you ask the question, your question comes from a place of trying to understand and trying to educate yourself and other people. There is nothing wrong that you can ask, and we need to make that very clear. Our conversation and our group is going to be a safe place to have this conversation.
Yep. All right, guys, we're signing off. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.
Bye.